Hey, what's up guys? This is 3D Bonfire back with an amazing tutorial, or maybe I should better say a tutorial series all about cubes, alright? And I can hear the police here in Berlin City in the background, okay? So everyone is going crazy about this cool tutorial, alright? So let's get started. Alright, and you can see I rendered out almost, I would say 200 renders out of 2 scenes maybe, okay? So I will also share with you how to be efficient, how to amaze your client, because with this knowledge you will be able to present your client after one day of work maybe 50 renderings, okay? And he will be like, whoa, how did he do that, okay? But your magic trick is you just know how to build a beautiful set, how to move your camera, how to work with light, with colors, with materials, and then you just search for good angles. And honestly, this is so much fun to just move your camera around and search for really nice shots, and then after 8 hours of work you have 50 renders and your client will be, whoa man, this artist is really worth the price, okay? And your price will be high, I promise. Alright, let's switch over to PureRef. This is one of my favorite apps, by the way, to just present my renderers, put it on a second monitor, use it as a reference board maybe to load in references, collect them here, arrange them, scale them, rotate them, whatever you want to do with it. And I just love this one, okay? It's super simple, it's free, it's called PureRef, and it's great. Anyway, we don't want to talk about PureRef. I want to talk about a contest first, okay? So on my Patreon 3D Bonfire, there is a contest right now where you can win an annual night's membership for my Patreon 3D Bonfire. It's worth over $200, alright, and everything that you have to do is download this free asset, alright, and then just give me some good angles here, play with light, color, materials, your camera setup, do all of the good stuff with it. You have the asset already at your fingertips, just download it for free and have some fun with it, okay? And just in case when you were thinking, oh man, Markus, why should I download this asset? I mean, this is just some cube arrangement. Markus, why are you sharing it, okay? Then I can tell you, this is a special asset, alright? This is not built in Cinema, this is built in Houdini, man. Okay, some crazy Houdini stuff is going on. Try to build something like this in Cinema 4D, okay? Then you will see that's not so easy, because you can see there are smaller cubes inside of the bigger cubes, so everything is based on a mathematical principle, and that's why this asset is so awesome, okay? So download it, render out some images, share them with me, and then win this membership, alright? But if you want to have more of these setups, of course you will find them on my Patreon, okay? So I will share, for example, next a more complex structure like this one. They will come with pre-made selections for you, so you can easily apply your materials to it, okay? And then you just render it out and have something really awesome. We will also talk about more complex cubes like this one or something like this, okay? I mean, we will basically talk about everything that you can see here. Oh, I really like these ones, okay? So a lot of cubes training on my Patreon, but now on YouTube, I would say, let's just quickly talk about what we can do with this little asset. So I would say, let's just dive into Cinema 4D and have some fun with it. Alright, welcome to the Cinema 4D part of this video. So I downloaded a contest file, Patreon, and opened it up in Cinema 4D. And you can see the scene structure is pretty simple. We have one main object with all of the polygons in it. Alright, we have an HDRI here. Let's see. Oh no, I don't have an HDRI. I just have a black background here. I use this one as a visible environment and put it in the back. And then we have a couple of lights. They add the color to my scene. So when I just go through them, you can see I have a yellowish light from the left. And maybe I should just go out of my camera. Alright, now I can move around in my scene without resetting the live viewer. So you can see this light is an orange light coming from the left, a bit from the bottom, but of course, do that just to your artistic feelings. So maybe you like something like this, alright? And maybe you don't even like an orange light, but something completely else, okay? So this is just my light setup, and in that case, I used a couple of colored lights. They are all targeted towards a target, which should be in the center of your scene. So you can see the lights, they align wherever the target is, and just put it in the center here, alright? So we have this white light coming from the back right. We have a red light from the bottom. We add some green here and then some blue from the bottom, okay? So I don't say that this is the most amazing light setup. I just wanted to show you what I did, but of course maybe you just want to have one light from here Alright, or maybe you will use an HDRI to make your life even more easy. So I say this can be really strong. Alright, and that already looks interesting. Now I hold down STRG, duplicate the light, put it to the other side, and maybe we want to have it a little bit from the back. Now this is all too orange for me, so I would just go into my light, tint this one blue. Okay, and that already looks quite interesting. But of course, you don't have to use area lights. You can also use IES lights or just an HDRI, for example. So let me just show you how this will look. Let's just put an octane sky here, go into the image texture and just load an HDRI inside of it. I will go with an HDRI which is called Artist Workshop 8K. This one is free. It's from polyhaven.com, and just type in Artist Workshop and then you will find it. Now you can see our scene got more bright. Maybe we want to get rid of our lights. Okay, that also looks interesting. So let's just rotate it. That looks cool. Let's see if we want to rotate it also on the y-axis. I'm not sure. Maybe I will do something like that. Okay, keep this part really dark. Now this will help to put more power into this illuminated light. Okay, so this could be a light setup. I just want to see what happens when I increase the gamma of the HDRI. Okay, make it a bit more contrasty. Okay, put it to 1.5. All right, I really like that. Okay, just one more time. Let's see if I want to rotate it. I don't think so. I think I really want to let it come from the back, and now this feels even more powerful. Okay, really simple stuff here, but man, with simple techniques you can achieve quite some good renders, right? So now I want to activate my camera again, look through it, and now let's check the other angles. Okay, that also looks nice. Of course, depending on the angle, you also have to adjust your depth of field. So without anything, it feels a little bit flat, so I would go for something like 2. Just don't overdo it to get something washed out like this. Okay, and of course you can just choose another focal plane, maybe here. Okay, but just put it back to an aperture that works for your shot. All right, let's check another camera. Okay, so that looks nice, and you can see this one has an aperture of 3. When I put it to 1, that also works, but when I put it to 6, that would be too much, right? Okay, so simple stuff here, but I just want to see what you can do with the scene. And by the way, if you want to make some selections here, you can just brush over it. Okay, press UW to have these cubes selected. This will select everything that was connected to your selection. Now you have this one, and you could put a new material on it. All right, like this. Of course, it's barely visible here, so let's just say this one is a red material. Okay, nice. So play with selections. Of course, if you want to have this one in a separate object, in the hierarchy, you can also set UP to cut it out. Now go to the previous object, kill it here. Okay, and now you have a new object in the object manager, just in case you want to have a better overview here. All right, so play with it, and I'm really excited what you can do with the setup. All right, and I think I really don't have to tell you more about these simple techniques here. I just want you to download the file and have some fun with it. It's enough for this tutorial, because we will go more into depth of the more interesting stuff in upcoming tutorials. Most of them will be on my Patreon, but I will also share some stuff with you on YouTube, of course. All right, thank you so much for your time. Ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Bye guys.